Welcome to the New School of Marketing podcast, the place for smart, simple strategies that will amplify your business results. Sharing practical tips, insider knowledge, and actionable advice because marketing is something that every business owner can do. Now, let's get started. Introducing your host, Bianca McKenzie, mum, lover of snow sports, camping, horse riding, and in-demand launch strategist and Facebook advertising knowledge bank.
Hello, welcome back to the New School of Marketing podcast. I am so grateful to you for tuning in as always. Before we dive in, I would love to pay my respect and acknowledgement to the Palawa people of Lutruwita, who are the traditional owners of the land on which my business operates. I pay my respect to their elders past and present. Alrighty, welcome. My name is Bianca McKenzie, and I am so excited today to share with you my 4-ad stack method, which is really a powerful strategy that I have created to attract leads and to drive sales. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by the complexity of running ads, or maybe you're unsure of how to create cohesive ad campaigns and actually get some results, this episode is for you. I'm going to take you through each stage of the 4-ad stack method, and they include attraction, lead generation, launch events, and open cart. And hopefully by the end of this episode, you'll have a bit of a roadmap to effectively use ads to grow your own business. So let's dive in. A little bit of a backstory. So when I first started using ads, which is over 10 years ago now, things were actually pretty easy because it wasn't busy on Facebook. It wasn't busy on Instagram. In fact, I'm pretty sure Instagram is still in the making when I first started running ads on Facebook. But as you know, over the years, things have gotten busy. And I've had to, in a way, find better ways, new ways, make changes. And I was getting frustrated, to be honest, because cost of leads were going up. The results became more unpredictable. And as I looked at it and as I analyzed it, I realized that campaigns didn't need to become more elaborate. In fact, they needed to be simplified. It was like going back to the roots of traditional marketing and looking at how traditional advertising works and has worked for decades. And as I was looking at the campaigns that I was running and, doing the same thing over and over, I noticed that things were a little bit disjointed. Results were inconsistent. And that's when I looked at traditional advertising methods and developed the 4-ad stack method. And by running these stages of ads, my clients' campaigns started performing better. I could start to see where ads were going in this new landscape. Because let's be honest, Facebook changes its algorithms all the time. It is busy. There are so many people on Facebook, but there are also so many more advertisers on Facebook. Like back when I started, there was not that many. There was not that competition for feed space, for being able to show up in the feed and having your ad seen. Now there are thousands and thousands of advertisers. So it is crowded. The algorithm has gotten smarter as well. Facebook is continuously updating things so that things are easier for us as advertisers to run ads. And yeah, like I said, it's just getting smarter and it is not as hard. In some ways, it is easier than it used to be, but in other ways, it is more complex because it is just busier. There's just more people on Facebook. So I'm going to share with you my 4-ad stack method so that you can also build a solid framework and get the same success. Because this is not something that is only reserved for people with big budgets. In fact, my first stage of this ad stack method is amazing because you don't need a big budget. You can start with like $1 or $2 a day. $2 if you're in Australia, $1 if it's in US dollars. So let's dive in. So the first stage is attraction. And this is where you focus on creating awareness. It is like going back to the roots of advertising. It is awareness advertising. People don't know you. They don't know who you are. So to put an ad in front of them that asks them in a way, to put in their email address or something like that, that is sometimes a big ask. And some people don't trust you yet. Like people are getting more savvy. They know that if they sign up for something, that they're going to get emails. So the first stage is attraction. And you really just focus on getting the attention of your ideal audience. So the goal is not to sell, but the goal is to generate interest and to build an audience. And to use stage 1, you'll be focusing mostly on content. And that could be using blog posts. It could be videos, like informative videos. It could be social media content, which could also be videos. But it is literally getting someone's attention and at the same time showing that you know your topic. So promote your ads to a broader audience. You don't have to get super specific here. And you want to target people that are most likely to be interested in what you offer. So you do need to do some targeting there. But yeah, show the world, like you're already creating social media content, most likely. Use some of your advertising budget to get that content seen by more people. Now, here are some tips. Like I said, use broad targeting to get in front of new audiences who may not know about you. Use engaging content. So content that educates, content that entertains, content that inspires. Obviously, it doesn't just need to do that. Like it needs to be related to what you offer as well, so that you can position yourself as the expert in your area, and measure what you're doing. And it is sometimes a little bit tricky because, especially if you've done advertising before, because the measuring part is not necessarily that easy. Like it's kind of like going back to traditional advertising where if you run a newspaper ad or a TV ad or a radio ad, you don't really get that much data back. It's kind of more of a fingers crossed approach that the right people will hear it and that they will take action. Awareness and attraction ads are a little bit like that, but you can still track metrics like clicks, shares, video views. And even though those are numbers and they don't actually tell the story of whether or not it's the right audience, whether or not they actually were interested, whether or not they actually liked it. I mean, likes, yes, and shares, probably yes. Like it doesn't give you any insight into whether or not the person is most likely to buy from you or not, but you still get some data. So the attraction stage is all about capturing attention and generating interest. And I want you to think of it as planting seeds. You're introducing your brand, your business, and you're putting down the groundwork for the next steps for future engagement. All right, the next stage is lead generation. So once you've attracted an audience, you move on to the lead generation stage. And the goal here is to change that interest in your ads, the attraction ads, into leads. And you do this by using ads that allow you to capture contact information, such as an email address. And then what you would do with that email address is use email marketing to nurture your audience, so on and so forth. I'm not going to go too deep into that right here, but there are next steps you would take towards driving people to buy from you. Now, you can use lead magnets, as we call it, or freebies, or whatever you want to call it, but you give away something for free in return for someone's email address. And great lead magnets could be ebooks, checklists, webinars, like a free thing that your audience really gets something out of. So, for example, I have my Facebook Advertising Success Bundle. It's one of my free offers. I also have a number of free masterclasses, whether they are live or whether they are recorded. So there are a number of things that you can give away. The main thing is it needs to be something that your audience wants, and it needs to be not one of those things where like it's like just a tick box, kind of like, here's a freebie. Now I want you to work with me. No, you need to make it so good that someone literally will just go through it and go, oh my goodness, if this is something they're giving away for free, imagine what the paid thing would be like. So it needs to be that good. So use lead generation ads to give away your free resources so that you get their email address. And that way you can build your email list and you can nurture the leads over time. So here's some tips. Create, like I said, an irresistible offer. Like your lead magnet should provide real value and solve a problem for your audience. You really want them to think, OMG, imagine what the paid stuff is like. Like you get it, right? Okay. Also, use clear CTAs, call to actions. Make sure that your call to action is clear and just makes sense. You don't want to make it wishy-washy. You really want to be clear on what you want the next step to be. So get them to sign up for your free thing. Like if you running out of words and you don't know what to say, you literally can say, get access to my free XYZ, and then literally a button, get it here, or sign up now. Like simple. And you want to do this on a landing page and make sure that your landing pages are optimized for conversions. So no distractions, just a simple form, make it clear what you want them to do. No hoo-ha, not too much scrolling, no menus. So don't put it on your general website. Make it one page where there's no distractions. The only thing they can do is sign up for your free thing. So stage 2, lead generation. And this is where you turn that interest into action. Give them something valuable in exchange for their email address and contact information. And basically, you're creating a pathway for deeper engagement with your audience because there is much more opportunity to build a strong connection and to nurture them through email than there is through social media, because you have no control over who sees your organic social media. Stage number 3 is your launch event. And that is where you create excitement and you create anticipation for your upcoming product or service launch. Whether it is a launch or not, whether it is evergreen or not, people need some kind of hype and excitement. Sometimes they even need a little nudge in the form of extra offers, like bonuses or expiring offers or things like that. So the next stage is your launch event, and you want to promote these events with ads, and you want to really focus on the value and the benefits of attending. And if it is a live thing, you can create a sense of urgency. If it is not a live thing, you can still create a sense of urgency, because if it is always there and always open, people kind of just put it on the back burner. So some things that you can do as part of a launch event, whether they are live or not live, but they can be live webinars, they can be online challenges, or maybe like pre-launch previews and Q&A calls and things like that. And yeah, you really want to make sure that you focus on getting people there to actually participate, to be part of it. There's no point in getting them to sign up, aka you're paying for the ads and they're not really doing the thing or watching the video or attending the webinar. So here are some tips. Build hype. So you can use teasers, you can use countdowns, like all of the things to build anticipation leading up to the event. Make sure that you engage with your audience. So during the event, focus on delivering high value and really focus on interacting with your audience to keep them engaged. So you give them something like really good. And this is like, in a way, the same as your lead generation, your general lead generation. You want them to literally sit there going, oh my goodness, if this is a free thing, imagine the paid thing. I'm going to sign up for this. And also after the event, if you're doing a live one especially, follow up with people to keep up that momentum and then guide them towards the next stage. So don't just do, for example, a webinar and you say, you can join my thing now, and that's it. Keep emailing them for a while afterwards. Firstly, say thank you for attending, or if they couldn't make it, send them a recording. Keep in touch with them. Keep sending them information, and no, not just information, but keep in touch with them. Follow up with them. Make sure that they know that the doors to your program are open and that they can buy, and also tell them when they close so that they don't miss out. So your launch event is all about creating buzz, creating that anticipation, and it is your chance to showcase what's coming and to engage your audience and engage with your audience in a way that gets them really excited about your offer. And it's amazing how many people don't do this. They kind of just like do this quiet, hey, I'm selling this, but they don't create a hype. They don't shout it from the rooftops, and they wonder why they don't sell anything. And sometimes the audience is like, hang on, what? Did I miss it? What did I miss? It's because there's not enough hype, not enough excitement, not enough engagement, not enough telling people that you're actually selling this thing. It needs more than one email. It needs more than one live webinar. All right, next stage, stage number 4 is the open cart. So this is the final stage of the 4-ad stack method, and it's where you move from engagement to sales. And this is where your product or your service or your course becomes available. People can buy it, and you really need to start focusing on driving conversions. This is where the rubber hits the road and you go, okay, well, I've given you all this free value now. Here is my paid thing. I can help you so much more and so much further. Here's where you pay. Join this and this. And this is really where you start focusing on that. So in addition to all of the things you're already doing, so your live event where you hopefully invited people to work with you, your emails, all of that, use ads that, one, tell people that your offer is open, but also really emphasize the benefits of your product or your service or your course. Share testimonials. And if there is urgency, make sure that you also communicate that. So potentially limited time discounts, bonuses, telling them when the doors are closing. And these ads, you want to target them to the leads who have shown interest. So not a cold audience at all. Not the people that don't know about you. You want to show these ads to the people that know you, whether that is through engaging on your socials, being on your email list, visiting your websites. These are people that know you in some shape or form. And here's some tips to make the most of that open cart stage. 1, create a sense of urgency. And you might feel a bit like, oh, don't want to use scarcity tactics. Sometimes you need to, and use the ones that feel right to you. And that could be limited time offers, exclusive bonuses, to really encourage immediate action. People will not take action if there is no sense of urgency at all. So close the doors. If you're not comfortable with creating false scarcity, as some people call it, literally close the doors. People can't join unless it is before X date. Or make it really fun and give people bonuses if they join before X date. Like, they can join that program anytime they want, but they only get those bonuses if they join before X date. Make it fun. Create a sense of urgency. Also, retarget warm leads. So really focus on retargeting people that have engaged with your content, attended one of your launch events, because they are more likely to convert. People who have been with you on that trajectory, that like really were there when you're building up the hype, that excitement, they are much more likely to purchase than anyone who doesn't know you. So don't, in a way, waste your money on those people. Focus on warm leads. And highlight social proof. Share testimonials, share case studies, share success stories to really focus and build that trust and reassure people that are going to buy. Because it is scary buying online. If you're not familiar with it and you don't often buy online or you haven't done any programs online, it's scary. So, yeah, really tell people, look, I am the person to help you. Here's what I've done with previous people. And if it is your first round, tell people that. Make it a beta launch. Oh, there we go. Make it a beta launch. Beta, whatever. Never know. And tell people, like, this is my first launch. The price is like this much lower than it will be in the future. Come and join me and like use it to actually create that social proof and the success stories. So the open cart stage is where the magic happens. If you have followed the other stages, you can't just skip to stage 4. It's not going to work. But it is literally where the magic happens. It's where everything comes together and, gets wrapped up nicely with a pretty bow. It is your moment to convert people that are interested into sales by showing your audience why your thing, your product, your service, your course is the absolute solution that they've been looking for. Obviously, that makes it sound way easier than it is, because stages 1 to 3 need to have been executed properly. You need to have been nurturing your audience through socials, through emails, really warming them up, getting them on board. Your sales page is, in a way, your salesperson. That needs to really be so clear and so well written that people go, oh my goodness, this is me, take my money. So yeah, all of those pieces need to come together. But I wanted to take you through how ads can support you in that journey. So I'm going to give you a quick recap. So the 4 ad stack method has 4 stages. Duh. Attraction, lead generation, your launch event, and your open cart. And I want to say, I talk about launch event. Even if you run evergreen funnels, you still need an influx of leads, whether that is continuously running ads to get people to a launch event that might not be live. It might be like a pre-recorded webinar that people can watch for a certain number of days. It needs leads. So you need that consistent lead generation happening, whether that is stage 2 and 3 combined, or whether you do a live launch event. You need leads to be able to sell your program. Each stage really plays an important role in guiding your audience from awareness, getting to know about you, to purchase. And using the 4 ad stack method, it creates a structured, like a structured and really effective path, because I've been testing this for quite some years, from awareness to sales. So hopefully that gives you some clarity. It gives you a roadmap on how to work things out. If you want to know more about the 4 ad stack method, come to one of my free masterclasses. Literally, simply go to biancamckenzie.com/masterclass. Have a look at when the next one is upcoming and register and come and join us. You'll get a replay if you can't make it. But yeah, if you want to have more of a visual of this 4 ad stack method and get more in-depth information about how this works, come to one of my free masterclasses. I'll pop the link in the show notes as well. Pretty easy, biancamckenzie.com/masterclass. All right. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me on the New School of Marketing podcast. I hope it was helpful, and I can't wait to share more marketing and Facebook ads tips with you next week. If you are ready to take your business to the next level with Facebook and Instagram advertising, make sure you visit newschoolofmarketing.com to download practical free resources, plus subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. Until next time, take care and market your business every day.